Good evening, everybody. Today I will be talking about why you should wear seatbelts and how wearing seatbelts is something that will save your life. The reason why I chose this topic on seatbelts was because 4 years ago, one of my brothers was in a terrible car accident, and upon impact, my brother was ejected out of the vehicle and killed immediately. And while wearing seatbelts is something that you're taught in driver's school, the first thing you do when you get in a vehicle is put on your seatbelt. Many decide not to wear seatbelts when they get in because they think it's going to take too much time, it's inconvenient, etc. According to CDC.gov, the transportation safety, it states motor vehicles are a leading cause of death in the first 3 decades of American lives. It also states more than half of the people killed in crashes were not wearing seatbelts at the time of the crash. Continuing, it also states wearing seatbelts reduced death by 45% and cut injuries by 50%, and that people not wearing seatbelts are 30 times more likely to be ejected from a vehicle during the crash, and that 3 out of the 4 people who are ejected from the fatal crash die from injury. Furthermore, while people may not think seatbelts are very important, there's definitely statistics to back up just how important seatbelts really are. According to NHTSA.gov, many Americans do understand the value of the seatbelt. It states, national use rate was up at 91.6% in 2022, and there was estimated 14,955 lives saved in 2017 from seatbelt use alone. Continuing, according to injuryfacts.nsc.org, it states, from 1975 to 2017, seatbelt is estimated to have saved 374,276 lives. Using laps and shoulder seatbelts reduce risk of front passenger deaths by 45% and moderate to critical injuries of the front seat occupants by 50%. And finally, IIHS.org states, an unbelted rear seat passenger sitting behind a belted driver increases the risk of fatality for the driver by 157% compared to the belted driver. So as you see, stats do show that there are many people that do understand how important seatbelts are. There are still so many that are injured or that die from not wearing seatbelts, and that is something that needs to change. While not wearing seatbelts is definitely a cause for police to pull you over, in fact, to give you a ticket, police cannot do this alone. This is something that we, the people, must start to change. We need to have a change. We need to prioritize not just our safety, but the safety of our friends, our family, the people around us. This change can start by, before you start a vehicle, buckle up. Or if you're with someone that typically does not wear a seatbelt, give them a gentle reminder. Explain to them why wearing a seatbelt is so important and how wearing the seatbelt will save their life. And I know some of you might say, well, I'm a safe driver, I don't need a seatbelt. Oh, I'm just going right up the road, I don't need a seatbelt. It doesn't matter. There are so many things that can happen unexpectedly. A drunk driver could suddenly run a red light and ram straight into you. You could have someone that's not paying attention because they're on their phone. Anything can happen. In fact, I can attest to this because my brother was 1 mile from his house. 1 mile. He thought he was going to get there safely. 1 mile away, he was in a car crash that fatally took his life. Something that he could have prevented by just taking the 1 second to buckle up. Just 1 second. You see, if that doesn't tell you that anything can happen, then I'm not sure what will. If we don't take action to start prioritizing wearing seatbelts, Many will be seriously injured and many can die. How would you feel if you lost a loved one due to them not taking that 1 second to buckle up? So you might ask, how do you prevent losing life to not wearing a seatbelt? With so many people out driving, whether it be to work or they're driving to the store, they're driving to a friend's house, there's many people on the road. We need to start spreading awareness on how important seatbelts really are. We need to start telling our friends, our family, our loved ones. We need to make it sure that they're spreading it to their loved ones. We need to just start this movement. So while even many people that are careless, that don't want to wear the seatbelt, they think it's not important, but in reality, there's been so many people that have been saved by seatbelts, and that just to show you that seatbelts can be life-changing. In fact, they are life-changing. Thank you.